Okay.
I need to
Hi,
press. Okay.
everyone. Um, we have the great pleasure this evening of speaking with Tom Shoval, the director of A Letter to David. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about him before we started talking. Tom was born in Petah Tikva in 1981. He is a filmmaker, film critic, and teacher. In 2007, he graduated with high honors from the prestigious Sam Spiegel Film School in um, in Jerusalem, and its founder, the late Ronan Shore, of blessed memory, we love him,
Indeed.
um,
I love it.
described Tom as one of the most significant and committed talents I have ever seen. That's pretty high praise from that guy.
It is. It is. It is. No, he is like a father figure for me in a lot of ways, and we lost him this year, and I still can't believe that.
Yeah, well, he's he's with us, just like
Yes.
you know, I'll get to what you said about film preserving, you know,
Hmm.
giving people
Yes.
eternal life. Okay. So Tom's first feature was Youth in 2013, and it was shown at the Berlinale, the largest film festival in the world. And so was A Letter to David, because it was about the stars of youth, um, David and Eitan Cuneo. So his short Aya, starring Sarah Adler, was nominated for an Academy Award and was shown at our festival in 2013. And he also co-wrote with Judd Paltrow, uh, June Zero, which was also shown at our festival.
Oh, great.
And last but not least, the Mexican Academy Award winning director Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu has chosen Tom as his protege. And this is a guy that did, Birdman, The Revenant, and Amores Perros. So, kol hakavod to you, Tom. I know you deserve
Thank you.
all
Toda raba.
those accolades, and we're so happy that you're here to talk about a letter to David this evening. Um, so how are you doing today? Can you describe what life in Israel is like right now, especially for filmmakers like yourself?
It's very complicated, of course. There's we're in a situation that it's very hard to define, and as filmmakers and storytellers, you wanna understand what's going on and try to filter it into film and into art, and it's a bit difficult when you are still in the situation. And uh, in my personal um, habitat, when I have someone so close to me as David and his brother Ariel, who are still hostages in Gaza, it makes everything it makes existence very fragile and very you wake up every day and try to understand where you are and try to find the center. So it's very complex. Also, with all what we are now experiencing with uh, a lot of hate towards Israel and sort of um, if you feel closed, like the world is closing its gates to you. So it's also something that we find ourselves struggling with, you know, internal and external. So yeah, there's a lot of fronts.
Well, the gates to this festival will never be closed to Israeli
Thank you. No, no, of
artists,
course.
that's for sure. So, anyway, so how has A Letter to David affected Israeli audiences, when they see it? Because it really hits home.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I mean, I'm showing the film in so many places. Just yesterday, I showed it. There was a big riot, so we screened the film for free
Oh,
for people
great. I
to
saw
come
that.
and see the film, and everywhere, also in the world. But in Israel, it's of course it's very very people are shocked seeing the film because again, it's an ongoing situation. We haven't really found ourselves out of it. So to see what we are experiencing at this moment, it's very emotional, and
Right.
people are very emotional. Um, I had a few months ago, I had a screening for the Kibbutz Nir Oz, all
Oh,
of
wow.
the yeah, and it was a very, I mean, it was a profound moment, and I will never forget this. Like to sit with them and see the film.
And some of them were
Um,
in it. Some of them were in.
yeah, a lot of them are in it, and also, to see through their eyes. They're living in such a weird existence because they're now out of the kibbutz, and they have a memory of the kibbutz. And now when we see the kibbutz, it's kind of like a devastated place, a vanished place,
Yeah.
and to see in the film what the footage that David and Nathan shot of the kibbutz,
Right.
and you see the kibbutz like it was. So it was a very uh, graceful moment for them to see the kibbutz like they remember it.
Yeah.
So on one hand, it was like experiencing something that they know and remember now. People can see it as well, but also crying about something that is no more. So
Right.
that was a very everyone was very shocked
Yeah.
from this viewing,
I
and
can
I
under
carry it with me.
I can understand that completely. So after the making of Youth, which of course starred the Cuneo brothers from Nir Oz, Kibbutz Nir Oz in 2013, and we'll talk more about that. But how did you initially react to David, Sharon, and their girls, Emma and Yuli and Ariel, being kidnapped?
Yeah.
I,
So on the 7th of October, I was in Berlin. I was in a writer's room
uh,
uh, for for a German science fiction series, TV series.
oh wow.
And I was part of the writers, and in a writer's room, especially in Germany, they have very strict rules. You have to close your phone before you enter the room, and you need to be focused on the stories. So this is what I did, and at
Oh
lunchtime,
my
I
God.
opened phone, and I was, this seeing
Yeah.
black. I lost my eyesight for a
Yeah.
moment with
Yeah.
all the information that was pouring out of me from the cell phone.
Yeah.
So then I had to find my way back to Israel, and of
Yeah.
course I saw that the war is in the south of Israel, and I heard about and I understood that Kibbutz Nir Oz and other kibbutzes from the region has been hit. So I was very much afraid, but
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself. I had to be in Israel before I checked because I was so devastated. I didn't want to hear anything
Right.
catastrophically or like that. So when I arrived to Israel in the airport in
Yeah.
Ben Gurion, I got a text from Gal Greenspan, who was the producer of Youth,
Yes.
and in the text there was a link, and I opened the link and I saw that David and the whole family has been kidnapped, and of course I uh, I can't explain it in with words. It was like somebody hit me very very hard. I I I um I called the family. I called Sylvia, the
Right.
mother, and she told me a little bit of what happened. You have to understand that in these times after the 7th of October, a few days after, everything was still ongoing, so we didn't really know a lot. And we didn't
Right.
have a lot of information.
Right.
And I wanted to help in some way that I can. And she told me whatever you can do, this will be. I mean, and I try to contact people who were releasing youth in the world because youth got a wide distribution. So I called the foreign papers, trades, and all that. So they will write that there's an actor that has been kidnapped.
Right.
Uh, and they actually wrote about it and they were very open, but I felt that this is not enough. I felt that I don't have any power to do anything. And also I was worried to death to my friend and to what is going on with him and his family and his daughters, but
Right.
also I was with myself with this existential crisis, I call it, because I felt I was feeling guilty in a strange way.
Well,
And this is
because the movie was about a kidnapping? Is that
because the
why?
movie Youth that I made with
Yeah,
David and Eitan 12 years ago, back then 10 years ago, was revolving a kidnapping and they were the kidnappers. And this thing I felt like I'm saying like I was inventing something like a story for a film for 12 years ago, and now reality kind of slaps me back with that.
I
And
know.
I said to myself, why am I doing movies? This is dangerous. I mean, it's something that I can't take this responsibility. And also, what was really, really hard for me was thinking of, if I'm thinking of that on that, is David think of it, back somewhere in the tunnels
Right.
somewhere
Right.
with himself. Maybe it's going on through his head, and I couldn't cope with this thought.
Right.
It was too much.
Right.
Uh, so what I did, I tried to watch Youth again, and I couldn't. I just couldn't see the film. It was too painful and too hard. And
Yeah.
I said, it's not that just that reality kidnapped the film, like I say in my movie.
Yeah.
It's even more than that. It took its meaning. There this film is never gonna be the same. And what am I going to do with it? And how am I going to solve this thing in myself? So the first thing I did was opening a file in the computer and call it David. And I wrote uh, a lot of thoughts that I had that I wanted to share with him and couldn't. And
Yeah.
I said to myself that the moment he will come back, I will send it to him, or I will go visit him and show
Right.
it to him,
Right.
so that he will know that at the same moment that he maybe if he was thinking about it, I was thinking about it also, and I was doing something. Uh, and, and then I thought to myself, well, if Youth is never going to be the same, so why won't I take the footage of Youth and I re-edit it, and I will try to show what is going on to David now, because
Right.
those those visions of violence and horror can be seen now on him, like what's happening to
Right.
him.
Right. Exactly.
So I started to edit it at night using the text that I wrote in the file. But
Right.
what I did, what I had in my mind is a film for one person. It was supposed to be a film just for the eyes of David.
David. Yeah.
Like when he will come back, he will see that.
Right.
So I was doing a film for one person, and then I was missing some materials because I remember that when we shot Youth, you know how it is with a film. You shoot a lot
Right.
of takes, and
Right.
there were some deleted scenes that we never put in the last version. So I wanted to see them again,
Right.
and I went to the production office and we tried to look for the material, and we understood that the material is gone. There is no, it's erased or lost. We don't know, but we could not find it. And everywhere we searched, and I was very, very, very depressed. But the production company told me, well, there is this closet, and it's like I'm really
In the movie.
in a movie exactly. There is this closet. In the closet, we kept everything that we still had from youth, a lot of PR stuff, and you know those like it's like a closet in
Yeah.
offices that you know that this closet, the it's the last station before being
Throw it out.
shoved into the carrier. Yeah, exactly. You know, the door is not working and it's not closing really. You know, it's going to the trash. So
Right.
I'm opening it and nothing really important except I find this box, small carton box that has 80 mini DV cassettes. Okay, 80, and every one of them is 1 hour. And when I see I can't understand what I'm seeing. Because I remember that when we did youth, we hired another crew to shoot some sort of like a behind the scene film,
Yeah.
or yeah, like they do in every film, you know,
Right.
to kind of show how we shot the film and kind of show it as a PR thing, you know, before the
Yeah.
film gets out. And the idea of that film was that because the main actors were non-actors, were two twins from a kibbutz. We thought it's going to be an interesting angle to see how two kibbutzniks, you know, become actors
Right.
and all the process that they are going through. So the crew was filming all that, and also we gave them cameras. We gave David and Nathan cameras, and I
Right.
thought that this could be a good idea because they were non-actors, and they could get used to the camera. So we told them, please shoot your life. What your life, right? How a day in your life looks like.
Right. So what
And
was,
and
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, 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 no.
No, I was going to say what made you choose non-actors first of all, and
Oh,
second of all,
oh, yeah,
what was the it factor of the Cuneo brothers that made you choose them over all the other people that auditioned?
yeah. So I was um, one of the most important lessons I've ever learned was from Renan Shore, and he told me that when you do your first film, you have to go as personal as you can. You have to look inside yourself and talk about the stuff you most treasure and your most intimate rage or fear. Or you need to go for that.
Right.
And I'm a good student, so I try to look. And I wrote a film that is the film is fiction, completely fiction, but it's based on the connection that I have with my brother, which is we are not twins. He's 4 years younger than me, but we have this symbiotic connection between us.
Right.
Um, we kind of look the same, and but it's not the main thing. The main thing is that we have this gate to each other. You know, I
Yeah.
understand exactly how he feels, and he the same. And so I wrote the characters on that connection and what will happen to this connection if these brothers will have to split. What's gonna happen? And at the same time, my family was suffering from financial difficulties because my father lost his job, which is something that was very common
Yeah.
back then, 20 years ago. If you remember, there was the whole
Yeah.
tenants
Crisis.
riot and all that. Yeah. So this is how the film was born, and I was looking for these act these brothers,
Yeah.
and me and the casting director started to search for actors, you know, like two actors that could be brothers,
Right.
and we saw all the Israeli actors of the time, and they were all amazing. The problem was is that I told the casting director that I want to see it visually. I don't want to create chemistry.
Right,
I want that the camera will see those brothers. They will see this one unit. Um, and she told me, well, so we have to see non-actors. We have to see biological brothers.
right.
And we saw more than 200 couples of brothers
Wow.
from all over the country, from every I don't know everywhere, from
Background.
everywhere, everything. Um, and it was very clear when David and Nathan got in the audition, and we see it in the movie because it exists, the
Right.
audition
Right.
in the beginning of the film. It was very clear that when you put the camera on them, you see that there is these two people who are actually one. The
Yeah.
way that they move together in this choreography. If you remember in the beginning, you see them in the audition, they're both putting their hands on the shoulder like that at
Yeah.
the same time. And one is thinking, the other one is completing the words that you wanted to say. And there was
Right.
this amazing connection. And I looked at the casting director, she looked at me. We knew
We
then that
found
this is
them.
what we want.
Yeah.
And they were actually kind of amazed by that. They thought they're going to an audition, and it's gonna earn them a visit in Tel Aviv, and they're gonna buy some ice cream and return to the south. Um, but I was keep calling them back, and
Right.
then they understood I'm serious. Um, and as you know, the youth is not a simple movie to act. They had to get themselves into something that they are not, and the way that they gave themselves to me, when I was a stranger back then, uh, was was so uh, graceful and so deep and with full of solidarity that I think in a way they gave me my vocation because uh, I mean, if I would fail with them, I don't know if I would continue to do movies.
Right.
And they were so uh, um, I mean, they gave everything. They were so
Yeah.
total.
Yeah.
So I said in the film that this is was the most precious gift I
Right.
ever got, and I stand behind this.
Right. Well, that's one of the things that you said in the film that really resonated with me is you said about David and Eitan. They hadn't experienced life as threatening, so their togetherness protected them. I thought that was
Yeah,
really, really
yeah,
great. So anyway, I wanted to get into talking a little bit about, some of the details of the film. You also said while working on youth, you were writing a tall tale, but we already talked about this. The story had been kidnapped by reality, and it's scary and disturbing when art imitates or life imitates art and not the other way around. So kind of like the China syndrome preceding Chernobyl, it's like, oh my God, it really happened. I was just making this up. So the Cuneo family's closeness was really obvious in the film, and the playful way that not only the way the brothers interacted, but the way the parents interacted with their kids and grandkids, and the three older brothers all had the same tattoo, and the film captured their extended family of friends like Shiri and Yarden Bibas. And as you said, film does in a sense give people eternal life, and that's
yeah,
but so you've
yeah,
created kind of like a time capsule. I mean, this is what's so profound, and this is why it resonated so
yeah.
deeply
That's
with the Near O's community, because it's like these are, for some of them, this is what they have. This is their,
exactly,
this is the
exactly.
visual representation of their life pre-October 7th. So,
exactly. And it was very important to me not to show any material or any footage from the 7th of October. It's like to stay
yeah.
in this intimate prism
Yes.
uh, of of what David see from his camera, what I see from my camera, what the
Right.
family knows, but nothing from this vulgar spree of violence that is blinding, and you cannot really understand anything. And I wanted to show those people as I know them, as human beings
Right.
with
As people.
complexities, as people, exactly,
Most
and not
people just know them from their posters, or if they take the time, the description on the posters, but not
exactly.
the way that you showed them living their life like they would every day. And it was
You know,
beautiful.
in the movie, there's a shot
Yeah.
which I always find disturbing when I put we went to the hostage square in the
Yes.
near the museum in
Yes.
Israel
I know
and
it well.
we shot there is a wall where there is a poster of David, so we
Right.
shot the wall. And I'm putting the camera and we say action and we just shoot the wall.
Yeah.
But as it happens, people are going back and forth, crossing the lens. And I was looking at the monitor at the side and said, how can it be that nobody stops to look at it? Like to have a moment with that. And then I thought about myself. I said, well, I would also probably would go to my daily life.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I understood what the film mission is, to not normalize this. I mean, this film needs to awake your nerves in a way that you
Right.
understand that this cannot be a normal thing that we are getting used to. That
Right.
cannot be. We need to find a way to remind ourselves over and over and over again that this thing is not over until they are all back here,
Right.
back in their homes, the whole
Right.
50.
Oh, I'm hoping for that every day. But the that image, the image versus the person is kind of what Andy Warhol talked about like, 50 years ago. And I think that, you see images, the same image a million times, but you don't really think about the person. And that's what I thank you for making this one because it talks about the person. I mean, and not only him, but his extended family and friends, and I mean that
Yeah,
really,
you see someone that has a problem being violent, and you understand so much about David at that moment. And
yeah,
you see somebody that is funny with his daughters and
right,
making fun with them and romantic with his wife and
right,
his connection with his twin brother and with the other brothers. And you
right,
see a person, you see somebody that has a life, that has complexities, that has layers. It's not just a symbol of war and it's something more vast and it's something that is like me and you. And if we
yes,
understand that, we
yes,
understand that there is no time. We have to finish this situation.
yes,
And that was for me very, very important. And also that human human value is the most treasure thing of all, and we need to acknowledge it every moment. So and I wanted that cinema will will create this person for us to people who didn't know him.
yes, I agree. Um, but before we close, I just wanted to mention that you co-wrote Dead Language, this new film with Sarah Adler, who was in your film Aya, and I love her. She's so great. Anyway, so why didn't you choose to direct Dead Language?
Well, this is because I co-wrote Aya with Oded and Michal, and
Huh?
Oded and Michal directed Aya. I did not.
Okay.
It's not me,
Yeah, right.
and I just wrote it. So when we started to do the longer version, of course, we were all committed together to do it. So
Oh, okay. So what are you working on now?
So I have a new film coming out called Life Without Credit, and it's with Dana Ivgi, which is
I've
you
heard
may
too. Of
know of her, and we
course.
are now nominated for the Ophir Award for her performance there. So it's great, and it's going to come out soon.
Great, because we
Um,
want to show it at our festival
Oh, thank you. It would be an honor. And I'm working on
next
on
fall.
some new project. One of them is with Jake Paltrow again. We're
Huh?
going to do a new film and also my own new feature film, which is now we're prepping for filming.
That's great. Well, Tom, again, thank you so much for being with us today. And
Thank you for showing the film and thank you for all your beautiful thoughts about the film.
oh, of
It
course.
really means a lot to me.
Well, you've created this memorial to those no longer with us, and to use your words, shed a little light in the tunnel for those that we hope are still alive and will come home soon. So thank you.
I wish for that.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney.
Okay, take care. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. So thank you, Tom, so much.
I
Um,
hope it was okay. If you want me to do something more again, or that you could tell me. I
yeah, no, no, it's